Back in 1974, Badfinger didn't actually record a live show. In fact, they had a few shows at the BBC, and even before being Badfinger, the Ivies even had some live shows at the BBC. It all changed when Badfinger in 1974 learned of a 16-track recording machine at a venue in Cleveland, Ohio called the Agora venue. They chose to record 2 shows, one each day. In any case, for possible future releases. It was actually released, one of these shows. Actually, one was released officially and one was released on YouTube. I will send a link to both shows. However, the first show, which was released officially, was called Day After Day Live. It was released by Rykodisc in 1990 with Joey Molland as co-producer. Now, why do I mention all of that? Because it wasn't actually the intended track listing. Joey put all of his songs, and in general all the songs that had anyone besides Pete Ham on the credits, and just sent all of Pete's songs on side 2, basically ruining the entire idea of a show, since it was not a show, it was a would-be show maybe. Joey made a deal with Rykodisc and released it. According to him, he had sent a copy to Mike Gibbons before releasing the album, and Gibbons said the snare drum was too quiet. So what did Joey do? He overdubbed the snare drum parts with a drum machine. A poor choice, I might add, since it was too loud on the album, especially on Give It Up. Gosh, Give It Up always suffers. The album version suffers and the live version suffers. I almost feel bad for Joey based on that one, since he ruined some of his songs, but what can I say? Now, those of you who watched my previous 2 videos on Joey Molland know that I tried to justify his actions many times. Yet, this time, he did things that are more than questionable. According to Mike Gibbons and Bill Collins, he didn't actually tell them. And according to Joey, he did tell them. And Tommy Evans even learned of the tape's existence in 1978 via working with Joey Molland after the original lineup had broke up. In addition, it was finally discovered officially that Badfinger had an unwritten agreement based on which all 5 members, Joey, Pete, Tom, Mike, and Bill Collins, who wasn't actually the member but was a manager for the band, would share most of the royalties from Badfinger's songs, albums, etc. That was why Joey called Tommy Evans in November of '83 to ask for some money, since Joey was eligible for some money, at least according to himself, Mike Gibbons, and Bill Collins. Now let's switch things over to Joey's wife, Kathy Molland. Kathy was also the subject of 2 controversies. One was against Pete Ham back in '74, when Kathy was taking more and more of a role in the band's management in order to reveal Stan Porter's true nature. She and Joey were actually the 2 who were onto Stan at the earliest point, although Tommy Evans was actually suspicious of him back in 1970. So Pete who was way too trustful of a guy, is angry at Kathy because she not only became a more prominent figure in Badfinger's management, she's also the only non-band member co-writer of the band songs. The only two times on which someone who was not a band member wrote or co-wrote a song for the band was when Paul McCartney gave Badfinger Come and Get It as a debut single, and when Kathy co-wrote And the North with Joey. The other controversy is when Kathy stole the tapes, and I'm actually serious, stole the first set of the tapes without telling anyone, not Mike, not Pete, not Tom, not Bill Collins, and not even Joey. By the way, if you write in the comments that she did tell Joey, I'll just send you the link of the majority of the court case and her testimony, in which she says that she never told anyone about the tapes at first, not even Joey. So what she did was to send the tapes over to Joey's dad. Don't know why. He wasn't a figure in Badfinger's management. Neither was Kathy. She just had a prominent role. That doesn't make her an official member of the management. So she sent the tapes to Joey's father, who after a while sent the tapes back to Joey and Kathy's house. Now Bill Collins or Mike Gibbons, I think one of the two, probably Bill Collins, visited Joey and Kathy because he knew Joey and Kathy were getting money off of that deal and of other post-Badfinger activities. But Bill didn't receive the money he was eligible to receive. Neither Mike. That's not what they say. Again, from what we know, Joey could have lied, and Mike and Bill could have lied. And Marianne Evans actually took part in the court case, stating that besides getting a copy of the CD, while before even knowing it was already on this releasing schedule, she really didn't know anything. She was sent a copy. At the time the record was meant to be out, and that's it. We do not know who actually lied. It could have been Joey, who did some shady things behind everything. And it could have been Mike and Bill Collins who were actually lying, since on one hand Joey said he gave Mike $2,000. Mike was really broke at the time. Even when he died, he was penniless. Yet Mike says that Joey never gave him that $2,000. I will send a link to the album rearranged by Joey. The other show released by a channel called Paul, Albums That Should Exist, I think, or yes, I think. And the link to at least the vast majority of the court case between the estates of Tom, Mike, and Bill. We do not know whether Anne Harriott or others who managed Pete Ham's estate were involved, and of course Joey. I will send a link to all three. You could say all three connections to the subject, and please tell me what you thought of it down below in the comments. Thank you very much.